especially because it was a recognition from my teammates, those who I spend the most time with, apart from my family. They see me every day. They see the work that I put in every day, and that recognition is also a proud moment for me because it makes me feel that I'm doing the right things, and it was special.
It feels like you've moved into the category of being a senior player over the last year or two. Is that how you feel personally?
It's something that obviously it's becoming part of me now. I think it came in a natural way. I don't force it. I just feel that being here for this long brings me experience at the club as well. Playing a lot helps to be in that position as well. So I think it's something that came naturally, and I think it's helpful for me and for the club. So it's something that I enjoy doing.
When you say, or when we say a senior player, what do you think that means? Is that like more responsibility, more vocal in the dressing room? How do you see that?
I think it comes everything together. Obviously, I don't see myself as a senior player. I'm still young, but like I said, when you've been in a place for so long and you start knowing the people around you, the people at the club really well. The way that I like to receive new players, the way that I like for them to feel welcomed when they arrive, make sure that they know the values and the standards of the club. I think that's something that I always try to pass on to them, and with never letting myself let go with those standards as well, knowing that I have to be the first one showing it, and then obviously pass that to my teammates.
Casemiro clips the ball forward, looking for a flick. Oh no, it's come all the way through to Diogo, Dalot, who gives Manchester United the lead. What a finish from the Portuguese. Absolutely smashes it home. The most advanced player on the pitch, and calm as you like.
Fans often talk about your celebrations after goals or after we win a match. You seem like a player that sort of feels a bit like a fan, even though obviously you've got a professional job to do. Is that how you feel sometimes in great moments on the pitch?
Yeah, I think it's something that, like I said, we're going to say the same things again, but when you've been for a club so long, you start looking for the club a bit more than just a player, than just something that it's working for the club, and that's the way that I like to approach things. Try to know how the fans would feel, how the fans feel, what they feel for the club, what they know about the club. So this type of things that I've tried always to know and to feel since I arrived. Obviously, when you spend more time on the pitch and you know the emotions that brings to the other people, to the fans, you start becoming a little bit more like them. And I think that's the best combination that you can have when you play for this club and you have that love for the club. I think it's the perfect match.
And we said you've been here 6 years now, and you've had to fight for your place in the team throughout that period, and you've really, established yourself in the first team over the last couple of years as a regular. Is that something you enjoy, that the challenge of having new players come in and fighting for your place in the team? Is that something you have to love about a big club?
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to be at the highest level of football, you have to be prepared for that. I've been fortunate enough to be through every stage at this club. Not playing, being injured, not being selected by the manager, playing every game. So I've been in every stage of every stage possible that a football player can be in this period of time, which brings me this experience, brings me out to know sometimes how my teammate next to me is feeling when things are not going so well. So I think that's an advantage for a football player, to go through all these processes and been through them and fight for them and trying to overcome them. And I think I've been doing that, and I still have to keep doing it, because the expectation will get higher, the demand will get always higher, especially at this club. So I've been trying to do that.
Dalot's going to get there, pulls it back, it's 3-0. It is a superb goal
and Alejandro Garnacho rounds off what has been a fine afternoon for Manchester United.
We've seen you spend a lot of time in the midfield areas this season, getting some really attacking positions. Do you enjoy that part of your role, and what do you enjoy about that, if that's true?
I think it brought me something different, a little bit different perspective on the pitch. As you know, everybody that likes football knows that the game in midfield is a lot more quicker than when you're playing on the wide areas of the pitch. You always have someone close, you always have someone pressing you, so that makes me think a little bit faster. And then it's been something that I've been enjoying doing it. Something that we found as a solution to our way of play. So as long as things are going well, as long as the manager keeps that trust, I would be open to do it.
We've seen some new faces come into the defence this season. How is it when new players come into the defence? Can you build relationships in training, or is it something that can only really happen on the pitch in matches?
Oh no, obviously it's an everyday challenge to build this connection. We look especially backline, and probably one of the number sixes as our wall from the team. So we always try to make sure that connection is really solid. Because ultimately my view is that if we don't concede goals, we're going to be closer to win games. And we know from last season that it was not quite there. Obviously for a number of situations that I'm not going to mention again, but this season it's been better. We know we can be even better. So I think that's a process that will take time, not just because of the new arrivals. It's always different when you get new players, but especially as a team, we need to fix it.
Nusa Mesraoui is one of those new faces. He can play similar positions to you, both right and left. What have you made of his start to life and the way he's slotted into the team?
Oh, really good. I mean, I think he showed that he's a really good player. It's not coincident that he played in one of the biggest clubs in the world as well. So for him to be here, I think it's a privilege for us as players and as a club. That's why the club bought him. That's why the club wanted him here. So we just have to take advantage of his qualities when he's on the pitch. I think he's a really good player that can bring us a lot of things and different things. So as long as he still continues helping the team, I think it will be really good for us.
And we're starting to see some other full-backs coming back from injury now. Tyrell Malacia back in training. You must be also pleased to see him back in the setup after so long.
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough to see him, the struggle that he's been through. You can imagine how difficult it is for you to be able to do what you love, your job, for such a long time. That's why we celebrated when he came on training with us, even if it was just for the little boxes, to make sure that he feels that we are ready to welcome him, ready to keep helping him, because he's going to need. At the end of the day, it was a really long time after he got an injury, so we're really pleased to have him. The team needs him, the club needs him, so we're really happy.
Archer, 1, 2, 3 strides back. 2 steps to the side, steps up, strikes, and saved by Andre Onana. Header comes back in, and Andre Onana, the hero for Manchester United.
Nketiah hits it, and Sarr is there, and Onana, not once but twice, is brilliant.
Wow.
And just a word on Andre Onana's form. How do you assess the change in his game over the last year since he's been with the club?
I think it's been more a change mentally than probably their footballistic attributes. I think he's the same player. The only thing that it changes is that he's, I think, more balanced mentally. I think he's really prepared for the highs and lows. And this club, it's because of the demanding that he has, the expectations that we have here. It can be really easy for you to fall mentally and to feel really bad, and even when things are going well, for you to be overhyped. So I think he found this balance of being really calm, really confident, and I think it shows then on the pitch that he is really good.
Last question. We mentioned this is for the Brentford programme. How do you recall last season's games with them? We had the really dramatic one at Old Trafford with the 2 late goals from McTominay and 2 late goals at their place as well. A crazy ending. How would you look back on those games and reflect on them?
I mean, I think that it's always going to be, they're going to always be a tough team to play against. I think in the Premier League they're one of the most prepared teams in set pieces, I would say. Every ball that it's stopped on the floor or even throw-ins, they are really prepared with really good plays. They show they are really good structure as well, good team. They know what to do. So we can expect obviously a tough game, like the Premier League is. Every game is tough, but especially against them, they've shown that every time they come to Old Trafford, they come really prepared and really prepared to make us a difficult day.
And you mentioned the set pieces. They think they've scored a couple from the kickoff, which is unusual.
Yeah, exactly. That shows how well they are prepared every day for every game. That shows work, preparation, and that should show us that we have to respect them.